right, here we go. I got a notification from my ISP that they're doing work in the area, so I figured I may as well try anyway. But if I drop, that's why. All right. Instagram is posted. We're all good. Here we go. I feel like I've drawn this comic before, and I'm gonna just do a quick search because I'm having another episode of Deja Vu. Okay, there's no comic titled this way, so I'm gonna go for it. Hey Sharon, happy Thursday. Yeah, as soon as I was literally just getting ready to start posting my go lives, and then I got the text from Xfinity. I was like, oh God, okay. I'll be done. It'll be connected back up around 2, so I'm like, well, that's when my stream's supposed to end, so I may as well just give it a shot. So if I drop, that's why. I'll try to come back, but I don't have a lot of confidence in my connection. It hasn't been unsteady so far. I mean, I probably wouldn't have known if I hadn't gotten that text, but we shall see. This is another comic that I feel that I've drawn before. Just like last night's Granny Bear with the apples, I swear I've done a Granny Bear with apples before, and I can picture it. I just hope I made last night's Granny Bear with apples different enough. Actually, I kind of want to look now. I want to look now. I know I did it, and I was just like, I don't care. I'm tired. This is what I want to draw. So let me just take a look. I have a guess that it probably would have been 24. Maybe. Oh, yeah, 50%, 60% maybe. Trying to gauge this here. Probably towards the fall. Okay, here, the apples are starting to show up. Let's see. Okay, there's floofs in an apple basket. Happy Fruit Day, okay. There's another floof with apples. Now we're getting into fall, which pumpkins have replaced apples. So perhaps I have not drawn this. All right, well, let's go back to 23. There's berry picking. There's flower picking. Hey, maybe I just was having a moment. There's GB and Floof Hug. No apples. Giant apple. There's cherries. Oh, little dandelion floofs. Hide and seek, that was a cute one. Momo, picnic basket. Oh, those are cherries, not apples. A bunch of floofs picking apples. No GB and apples. Maybe I didn't harvest. Still no GB and apples. Hey, maybe I didn't redraw. All right, now let's go to the absolute. Let's see, 2025. I don't think I drew it this year, but that would be funny if I did. If I forgot about it and redrew it so close together, that would be alarming a little bit. Looks like I might be safe though. Because what I did a lot of this year is the strawberries. So, hey, I think I'm safe. I think I didn't accident. Okay, so there's a berry picking. Okay. All right, well. I didn't redraw the same thing over and over again yet. I know I am going to, but I feel like I get that. It's usually when I finish it, or actually no, it's like right when I start, I usually have a moment where I'm like, oh God, I gotta search. I swear I've done this one too, but I've searched, and I even went through the archive on my website, which the comic search there is a little bit better. So it usually comes up with the stuff that for some reason Windows won't show me, because I have to have the exact keystroke sequence sometimes for the other to come up. Imagine that deja vu hits really easily between having so much. Yes. Well, the ideas are a little bit here, and the stuff I've done is more up here. At least lately. I feel like it's been a struggle. I mean, I tried to sit down and write yesterday, and I keep on coming back to I want to do a parody of the Good Idea, Bad Idea shorts that were in the Animaniacs cartoons, the original. I really love those. I think that would be an opportunity for a fun little kind of a full cast Good Idea, Bad Idea type deal. Maybe I just do that. Maybe I just do Good Idea, Bad Idea, instead of, or maybe it's a cozy idea or floofy idea. I don't know, because I think that there could be some fun situations like that I could do, because I don't know, those are always fun. I love the what was that, Mittens and Mindy? Was it Mittens? Silly puppy. Gosh, I love those. I loved oh gosh, the cat and the dog, Rita and Runt. Oh my God, and I love Buttons. Yes, Buttons. Rita and Runt, my favorite one of those was the Les Mis parody, where they were the scene with Jean Valjean versus Le Javert. They did that musical standoff. I love that one. Yeah, those were some really, really fantastic cartoons. I watch those every day. I need to just get the archive, because I know that they kind of removed all of the Warner Brothers cartoons from Max, and I believe that the rights were sold, but I don't quote me on that. I'm not 100% sure. But I need to have an archive of Looney Tunes, a complete one. And they did make, I want to say there were 6 volumes in a DVD set that had like every single thing. And I want to say it came out in the early 2000s. And I never got it, and I'm kicking myself for it. I know that I have at least one of the Animaniacs ones, but I believe that there were a few more that I don't have. And I don't think I've gotten the Tiny Toons ones. I need the Tiny Toons movie. I was looking for that a while ago, and I honestly... I came up with seeing a couple of shorts on YouTube, and it reminded me, for some reason, there's a card game sequence came up, and I watched that again, and it was funny as heck. There's a card. But yeah, it is hard to collect them all. And there are some of the Looney Tunes ones that are my favorites that are harder to find. There was this one where it's Bugs Bunny, and it's in a kind of a Wild West short, and I remember I found it a while ago, but it was just so funny because it was all around gambling and gold and this kind of twisted, you know, gambler that kind of Bugs was messing with. Gosh, that one was funny. And then of course, I think probably my favorite is probably the What's Opera Doc, or the one where he's it's Figaro's Wedding, or yeah, Figaro's Wedding. That one, where he's the barber, and he and Elmer Fudd are kind of just going back and forth. Oh goodness, I know What's Opera Doc is the kind of the setting that I did the coconut parody of, but is it Figaro's Wedding? Oh shoot, that one's another favorite of mine too. Tiny Toons How I Spent My Summer Vacation has been pulled out of my DVD drawers and added to my TV Watch file. Rabbit of Seville, yes, thank you. Barber of Seville, that's what it was. I seem to really enjoy the musical ones, like the overtly, like they're taking some big musical number like that that's pretty, you know, pretty well known, and they do the music to it. And some of my favorite Tiny Toons, I love that one episode where they did the They Might Be Giants songs, the Particle Man, and what was the other one? Istanbul. That one was great. Hey Clint, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I swear to God, I've done this before. Ugh, I can't. I'm just looking at the book. I'm looking at my books and trying to remember. Nice and hot today, yes. Yes, it is. It is, unfortunately, or fortunately, if you like the heat. All right. This medicine short would have been in the Pugs section. And I think I did, but I don't think I did, but I can't really remember. Damn it. All right, where's my Pug section? Here we go. Keep CD, Lasting Memories, A Little Sugar, Best Treat. Teach, action, music with choice. Nope, not in that volume. Let's try number. I know it's not in number 6, or it may be in number 6, but who knows? Confidence, moderation. Maybe I'm thinking of moderation. Pomodoro Pudge, Positive, Perfect Time, Leftovers, Balance, Spirit, Dog Math, not in Volume 6, not in Volume 5, probably not in Volume 4 either, but let me just have my senior moment and make sure. Here we go, the prompt. Something small, seasons, full basket. It's not in there either. Okay, well, I don't recall a comic called Medicine. Thank you. Well, there's going to be one now. There's going to be one now. And let me just go ahead and write my text in here. I've had a few that start out similar, and I think that might be what I am kind of having a memory of. All right, so I've got, I think I'm gonna need more room here. Whoops, no, I don't need another artboard. I just need to move this artboard up. Here, When I'm feeling down, I find the simple things can be the best medicine around. A walk in the park, a healthy good bark, the sun on my cheeks. And this is where I have a little bit of, I'm still going back and forth on this last line. Originally I had seeing the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. And the rhyme is sun on my cheeks. And I'm thinking living the simple joys or just keeping that, taking the living out, simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. But the original was can lift my heart for weeks, but I'm just like, no, that's not really, I mean, it's peaks and valleys. So I rewrote it to can help me through a valley to the next peak. Because it's not a linear path. There's ups and downs and winds around. So, ooh, that's a good, ooh. I gotta write that down. I could do something else with that. It's not linear. There are ups and downs and wind arounds. Oh, I can write something. I can write something with that. Hey, next week's comic. There are ups and downs and winds arounds. I like that. There are ups and downs and winds arounds. Winds around. Blah, I can't say it. And wind arounds. Wind arounds. I used to love the singing frog. Yes. What's his name? Doesn't he have a name? Let me ask Google. What is the Looney Tunes frog named? Michigan J. Frog. One froggy evening. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Why is he called? Oh, because he was found on Michigan Avenue. That's why. Oh, nope. Inspired to add the J as a middle initial while we're interviewing the writer J. Okay. Oh, it's based on the song he sings, Michigan Rag. Okay, sorry. I thought it was... I want to say that in that short that they put Michigan on a street sign. But I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've seen that one. Okay. So on this one, I have... let's see. I'm going to need 2 lines here. When I'm feeling down, I find the simple things can be the best medicine around. A walk in the park, a good healthy bark, the sun on my cheeks, and then I'm going to need 2 lines here. I'm going to have to watch that short again because I swear at the very beginning when you're showing the construction zone and that cornerstone gets open and Frog comes out, Michigan J. Frog comes, I swear there's a cap of Michigan, of a street sign that says Michigan. Alright, so what I'm going to do in this one, he's going to be followed by a little cloud. Make him a little smaller. And I want his smile to start small. And the cloud is going to be kind of rushing. He's going to be trying to catch up with him as he's doing these things that are lifting his spirits. Yeah, I'll have a flute with him there. And maybe he's holding a loose hand. And then I'm going to have him run through a field of flowers and scattering the butterflies. And then the sun on my cheeks. It's just sitting back like this. Big smile. I gotta not forget my little cloud that's still trying to keep up. But he's getting smaller and smaller. Until he totally disappears. All right. Here we go. Let's save. Put my title in here. Medicine looks like a weird word. Spelled it correctly. Eh. Down. I don't like how those two are ending. Let's see if I can't get them a little more smooth. That's better. Oh, that's not better. That's better. Let's try over here now. Moderately better. That's not too shabby. We're good there. Now I've got to determine whether I want to... I think I'll probably just redraw the Dear Diary. I know I recently grabbed that. No, I actually remade it. So why don't I just do it like that? Probably save more time just to do it like this. Because for some reason it doesn't save in my... I tried to save it before. Hey Catherine, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Down there. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear you're doing well. When I'm feeling down, I find the simple things can be the best medicine around. Oh, that's a big long. I kind of want to make this a triple line, but I'm gonna need more room. There's no way I'm doing that. That's ridiculous. Maybe, do I need the I find? That's still going to make it 3 lines, but it'll subtract 2 words that I can bump. Let's see. The simple things. A little bit better. Let's just do this for now, and I can edit for prettiness later. And that needs a comma. Here, Dear Diary. Simple things are the best medicine around. I can get rid of... I can get rid of the second, though. That's a good call. I want to keep can be, because I want that beat. I want that extra beat. Now I'm leaning back on I've found. I'm feeling down, simple things can be the best medicine I've found around. It's kind of works both ways. I'll play with that. So I'll walk. I feel like in the park, a good healthy bark. Pete would attest to that one. Good healthy bark. I rest the sun on my cheeks. I believe, is that the right use of a colon? I feel like it is, because it's a list of the simple things, and this should not be capital. And I'm going to need to make this longer yet again because I did not give myself enough room. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to move all of this down just for now. And heck, while we're at it, why don't I just make everything 30%? Okay, so now let's go up here, back here, and now I'm going to bring down my final line here. And here we go. Okay, here's where I have some question on what wording I want to use. Living, seeing, living, remembering, that's too many beats. Or if I take it out completely, let's just see how that talks out. When I'm feeling down, simple things can be the best medicine around. A walk in the park, a good healthy bark, or just the sun on my cheeks. Living the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. Seeing the simple joys. No, seeing is not participating. Living is participating. Now, why don't we go for living right now? I could put in harnessing, but I think living is probably... Living the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. Living the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. Bracket. And last but not least, we have the dash. I'll just leave that there for now. Okay. And, okay. All right. Good. Save. All right. Feeling down, simple things can be the best medicine around. A walk in the park, a good healthy bark, or just the sun on my cheeks. Living the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. Living. Maybe finding perhaps? I'll keep on thinking about it, but let's get drawing on this. Hey, I got a notification now live on your channel. I'm so glad they notified me. I would never have known that I was live. All right. Yeah, that reminds me, I need to bring, I gotta update my local free libraries with volume 6, and I've got to add them to the shop too, so that's like a big, I have like a mountain of inventory all around me that I need to count and then add. Hoping to get a good amount of that done this weekend or tomorrow even. Fingers crossed. I know, right? What would I do without the notification system, YouTube? Why drawing my character sad? No, are we really gonna do it? Am I gonna make his curly tail uncurl because he's sad? Figure if I'm gonna do it, I may as well do it. Press this pause. Like that leg. Put a little bit more shadow under there, maybe. We'll just the cloud's happy. Maybe the cloud needs to be grumpy too. Or maybe cloud kind of looks constipated now. Let's see if I can fix this cloud's expression. That so I can color it later easily. Let's see here. No, sad cloud is sad. He's just like Fudge. Except he doesn't need a mouth. He's just sad. Behind. Sometimes it really helps for me to look at my monitor that's up here. Actually, rather over here, but I see it, you know, far bigger right here, but just seeing the distance there. And somehow having the little inset here has never really worked as well for me as I had wanted to. See what our words of encouragement are today. Our pep talk in every drop. Oh, we got a lot. Fire up those engines. Get back in the game. Be resilient. Let's hear your battle cry. Don't give up on you. This one's a little crinkled. Elicit a few wows today. And nothing else is complete. Okay. Pep talk in every drop. Whoopsie-daisy. I'm going to group that so I can do that line art and then pop it behind Pudge. And in fact, I think I'll go ahead and group everything else separately so I can have that as a more contrasting line art, and then a little bit less contrast here as it's behind him, just to show he's walking on a road. And I may put some other stuff behind him that's just not line art, but just kind of shapes to give this a little bit more form back here, but not so much that it draws attention. All right, so that one's done. And let's go, or actually, maybe I'm gonna add one other thing. Get that loop in there because he's going to be in these other. There we go. I feel like his little ear should be out a bit more on this side. And I want to have it flying like that, but I don't think that's the right shape. maybe his tail is curling up a little bit more. I don't want to do the same pose as this one. Hey Dee, welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? I got my daily practice and have some nice time to spare. Oh, wonderful! Glad to hear you're hanging in there. All right, there we go there. Let's do some grass in the foreground, and then I need to do maybe some bushes or something here. And maybe bring down my point size a little bit. Let's delete this and redraw it. All right, there's that. All right, that one's done. Maybe we'll pick up there. Save. All right, and I'm gonna move this stuff out. Oops. Save. All right, so now we're down to I might delete living, but we'll see. Let's get on with this one, and actually before I forget, I'm gonna come in, oops, do need to ungroup those and group properly. There we go. Let's get my point size back up here. A little wonky here. I might have to redraw that. Let's down a little bit. kind of like that kind of lifting of his ears as he's running. Maybe this should be not quite as flippy. Let me think of how I want to draw that. I feel like it would end sooner but have a flip. Like that. But would I have the top? I don't really think I would. But the ear folds. We need to look at Pete. His ears are floppy like this. I might need to redo this arm too, and the head is a little bit, whoops, there we go. Kind of need to shift it a little bit. And then maybe the bark isn't that loud, just a little bit softer. And maybe the ears are a little bit lower. That's getting closer. Show his tail is almost completely curled back up. I think I need to, yeah. I know he doesn't really have a lot of neck, but he needs more neck than he has right there, I think. And that way I can show his tail is curling back as it should be. Let's make this a little smaller again. I gotta put a few flowers in here. Just put maybe some small ones like that here and there. I kind of feel like I need to erase this for that edge to be behind his head. Yeah, I think that sells it a little bit better. Right. Hi, Beanie Weenie. Hold on just a second. To prepare the queen's resting place, her lounging pad, and also open up the curtain for her grass. We got her new grass yesterday and made quite the ruckus to get it early once again. I got a video of that I wanted to post on Instagram. I'm going to group this little bark and repeat. Because it's never just one bark, it's a million barks. Glad you like it. I think this gloof is trying to sneak up. Butterflies, maybe? I'll give him one to sneak up on there. And then I have my little cloud. The little cloud doesn't like all the barking. Alright, let's get that done. Hit save. And now we do or just the sun on my cheeks. And by this time, little cloud is going to be really small and removed. And then I have it popping into a heart right here. And let's see where my point size is. Let's see here. I kind of want, maybe I need to do I feel like these eyes are quite right. You could have his ear flip back like Pete's usually does. Something like that, but the head is not quite right, and this shoulder, I kind of want it there, but I need to bit better. This I kind of want to be like maybe a top-down shot, a little bit more so. And then I'll have these tufts of grass kind of disappearing. It's kind of leaning up and back. I wonder if I should put the paw back. I feel the more that I dink around with this stupid paw, that the more it's gonna look weird and not be right. So let's just avoid the paw for a minute. Let my eyes rest. Let's draw a floof. I started playing Cats and Soup last night. I don't know if I'll continue. I like it, but the potential for lost time I feel is very high, and that's what the game is designed to do. But I like the little animations of the cats that, you know, they go rest, they go, you know, use the different little thingies. It's kind of I'm just trying to think how you would have pitched this idea for a mobile game. It's just a cat making soup, and, you know, you get these little stations that opens up, and stars become more cats. I'm just it's kind of interesting, but I'll roll with it. I've been trying to shut my computer down earlier and get to sleep earlier, and I really probably should do... I should do reading, and I do reading, but I don't know. I could go back to my Stardew and just do a little, like, maybe 30-ish minutes wind down with that, but I don't know. All of that stuff that I was struggling over is longer. Okay, I kind of like this because I've got the shoulder kind of hunching forward on his back paw. I've got this paw shown, so I'm okay with this side, even though it's a little clunky. I think I'm going to roll with it. And I think I'm going to go ahead and erase some of this that I don't need. And then I think I'm actually kind of happy with this leg too. Let's just go here, and then all I need to do is erase that. And then I need to figure out this spot here, which is what I was avoiding, but I kinda... Let's just start erasing and see what I've got here. Got a big old shoulder. Reduce the armpit, maybe. Now it's looking really wonky. Try erasing all of this and seeing if that does anything. No, it's making it look worse. Okay, let's erase. Let's go back to where I was before I started dinking with this shoulder. All right. I kind of think what can I possibly mess with to continue avoiding fixing this arm? Hey, Harjinder. Why do I feel like I caught your life after a long time? Well, I've been gone for a little bit. I was at San Diego Comic-Con for the last, I think I was off 2 weeks. Because I went ahead and I skipped last week. And then, yeah, no, I did have, actually maybe it was 1 week I was off because I did the final Thursday stream, then I left Sunday. And then it was that whole week, and then I came back this week. So maybe I was off just 1 week. Okay, I think I'm getting closer. I think I'm getting closer. Now the question is, all right, let's go ahead and erase the chin. I'm struggling with this little arm bit. And I think if I do this, I think that might be it. And I think I should just stop messing with it. I'm going to stop messing with it. I'm going to move on to the next frame. And I might come back and mess with it more. But, the last thing I need here is, let me erase some of this fluffy grass around my floof. Rather, erase the floof around the fluffy grass. See what we got left over here. I erased a little bit too much. Summer tends to be a slow season. Yeah. So. Alright, I'm going to save that, and let's move this set of sketch out. I don't really need that. I'll just keep the other in there. And then, so the last one is right here. We're getting on pretty good here as far as line art goes. I should be taking too awfully long to do that. This was a difficult frame in the angle of it and how he's laying. I think I handled it pretty well. Just to recap, if anybody is just joining, this is the line art so far. I have one frame left, and here is the narration. Dear Diary, when I'm feeling down, simple things can be the best medicine around. A walk in the park, he's walking with the floof, a good healthy bark, 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 or just the sun on my cheeks. And then I've got, this one will be nicely lit and glowy. And then the final frame is living the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. And peak, cheeks, bark, bark, down, around, some glides, gentle glides, I guess, but yeah, it works. The one thing I don't know is this part right here. Do I want to keep living the simple joys? Because that implies active participation is what kind of you need. But it could also be just the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. Do I need that extra 2 beats? I'm gonna leave it for now and just kind of think on it. Oops. And now let's... Yeah, now this shape is quite not quite. That is not quite it either, but let's see if we can kind of mush it around here. Maybe what he needs is just a slight curve up on this. He doesn't need like a corner to his cheek, but now the whole face looks weird. Maybe I'll just group this and just try and redraw it again, but make it a complete. Good enough, I think. Here's in normal position. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Sharon. Smile up because he's looking down a little bit. Make him a little bigger. Tip his head a little bit. Ah. Nice big curly tail with that big full curl in there. I think I'm going to go ahead and draw this nice pretty big flower in front. And I'm going to group it by itself. Flower. Let's make it a little smaller. So you can kind of be holding on to it like that, maybe. Holding it underneath. Music in your live streams. Oh, I'm glad you like it, Dee. This is just, it's free music. What I did was I went onto Spotify and I made a list of kind of the more chill sets from Harris Heller. Stream Beats, if you want to look that up. I haven't updated this in a while, but it's DMCA free music, so it makes things easy. I figured it out because I got a takedown notice on one of my streams, or a mute notice or whatever, and I had accidentally not had the repeat on Spotify checked, so it rolled into some non-safe background music, and I'm like, what the heck's going on? Because I have other lists that are just kind of like chill step type, this type of music, but not, free to use type stuff. And I think what happened was it just rolled into that. But you just, if you're gonna stream, it's good. It's a good list to have. There's some that kind of irritate me, so that's why I made the custom list. It kind of takes me out of my focus, so I had to take those off. It's not really anything, you know, bad with the songs per se. It's just that one song in particular is a pretty heavy cover on another song, and it always wants me to make or to listen to the other darn song. And so yeah, some things like that. And then there are a couple that have some clicky, kind of dissonant background noise that just doesn't work for me either. So those are off. That's why I went through and kind of made my own list. It might be time actually to update with some of the new stuff, seeing as I haven't really done much to update this list since, gosh, 23 maybe? So I use this on Adobe a little bit, on Behance. Actually, not a little bit, a lot. Yeah, very much so. It gives a little background for me anyway. I've heard it so much that it's a little bit like working silent for me, because I don't register. I don't really I'm not really affected by the music. Sometimes when I'm working, if I put on music, the wrong music, I don't say the wrong music, but it can be distracting because I want to like sing along, or you know, I'm listening to the lyrics and it's pulling me away a little bit. This stuff doesn't do that. Like I erased just a smidge too much here. I think behind them I will put again some background noise, but it won't be lined, just to populate the frame a little more, but I don't want to draw away from the focus being, you know, kind of a renewed sense of contentment and peace. So let's move this sketch layer out. And that's just about what I was thinking about. Probably about 10 minutes to finish this. 15-ish. The line art, I mean. And it looks like, let's see, let's move over here. I wanted to put the P here, but I probably will just do it over here. And let's move all my frames to the top. And the reason I do this is so my containing frame will naturally kind of clean up the edges of color that I drop into the line art layer. So I don't really have to be as vigilant when I'm coloring in here if I know this big thick outline is gonna just boom, clean it all up. So that's why I do that there. And then it also makes it pretty easy to pick things up, drag them, and create my layouts for alternate distribution. I think I can go ahead and safely bring this up, because all I'm going to have here is my socials. I don't like this, but I've done it before and it's been okay. I think I did deal with one of those when I was reformatting volume 2. I had something like this where I had a 3-line that went to this, but yeah. I kind of don't want to. I could possibly make it a 2-line, but it would still eke over this edge a little bit. If I make the text size smaller so it can, I don't know, I want to be sure that down and around are prominently at the end of the line so it kind of reinforces the rhyme. So I've got down, around, park, bark, cheeks, peak. Let's see. Alright, so this is the line art. Let me just go back over this. Zoomed in a bit. Alright, so it starts off, Dear Diary, when I'm feeling down, simple things can be the best medicine around. A walk in the park, a good healthy bark, or just the sun on my cheeks. Living the simple joys can help me through a valley to the next peak. I think since it is a diary entry, I'll let myself get away with using the shorthand through. I think I'll let myself get away with that. Still questioning this. Still might take it out, might not. I'll let it sit. And sorry about that yawn. I'll sit and think on it a little bit. But yeah, this shouldn't be too bad on coloring. Pudge doesn't usually take that long. I kind of like my little cloud is just, you know, it's like, wait a minute, what are you doing? I don't like the sparking. The sunshine is kind of bothering me, and then poof, it goes to a heart. So yeah, this will be my daily, or sorry, my comic tomorrow. My daily today will probably be the barking frame. I like it. I may hide this little cloud in the daily. May not, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but it, I don't know, I kind of like that little bit. But yeah. Alright, that'll be it for me today. I'm going to go ahead and switch to my ending screen. There we go. And hey, I didn't even have a single dropped frame, and so they must have fixed whatever with my connection pretty quickly. They said it was about 210, like right now it's 208, so 209, that it would be fixed. So, hey, awesome. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me, Sharon, Dee, Harjinder, and Clint, if you're still here, and my lurkers. I hope you have a great rest of your day too, and a wonderful weekend. I will be back on Tuesday. Project basis, let me see. It might be another drawing stream, or it might be something to do with getting the ebooks kind of lined up and launched. I'm gonna divide up the work there. I'm gonna get the stuff that I already have ready to go up on the website, on the shop, updated, and then I'll turn my focus to getting the ebooks formatted, and then kind of like a mini launch event for that. And then I have a new project for box lunch that I'm going to be working on, which is going to be hopefully a blind box set, so of pins. So at least 6 designs there, and I'm going to double check to see if it's okay if I stream it. If not, then I'll definitely be doing something else. Oh, Catherine, thank you too. Have a great weekend as well. But yeah, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time.